We're smack dab in the middle of wedding season, and a lot of couples may be busy planning for the big day.
Yeah, but some experts say one of the most important pre-wedding tasks is often forgotten until it's too late. We're talking about the prenup. Joining us now to talk about why it's so important for couples to get this legal document is Sue Moss, the leading divorce attorney at Shimtab, Moss, Foreman, and Beta. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Prenups, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, it is.
If you're on the receiving end of it. All right, Sue, let's go ahead and jump in. Who are prenups actually for?
Well, prenups are for all different types of people. Obviously, you have the wealthy people, but you also have people, if somebody is deeply involved in debt, you may want to have a prenup to make sure you're not paying your hard-earned money toward your spouse-to-be's debt. Also, it's really important, what if you have a prior family, such as children or even, parents that you need to take care of? You may want to protect your assets so everybody is clear what goes to the future spouse and what goes to the past family or other parents or that loser brother that you have that needs a little extra help. It just allows you to plan so that everybody knows what's going to happen and why.
I'm so glad you bring it up because we all kind of giggle when you hear the word prenup, right? Because you're right. We think of the wealthy, celebrities, and who's getting what. But there are some other cases where you've got to protect yourself. So explain exactly what a prenup should include.
Sure. So what a prenup actually is you are making the rules for yourself should something go awry in the divorce. So, for example, we have rules of how divorce works, how we divide property, how we set spousal support. But if you want a contract for yourself, how that will be so you have certainty and you know exactly what would happen if things don't work out, then a prenup is for you.
So I like how you mentioned that you can include in a prenup, maybe debt that your future spouse or whoever has. But can you include in it maybe future earnings?
Sure, absolutely. That's actually our most popular variety. Okay. So we would say that whatever you earn, either yours is yours or mine is mine, or maybe we would set the exact amount of money that somebody would receive from future earnings in the event things go awry. We can be as creative or as boring as you want, but the reality is it will be you and your spouse who are creating the rules and not the government.
So I have a feeling you are never boring. As a divorce attorney, what kind of issues have you run into when there's no prenup involved?
Well, when there's no prenup involved, usually one or the other is completely flabbergasted by what the rules are, and it's going to determine the rest of their financial lives. So somebody might have given up a career and expected that the law would protect them, and that if they went, 15 years without working, they would be supported for the rest of their lives. And sometimes they're very sadly mistaken and realize, oh my goodness, at whatever age, now I have to start and making sure I can provide for myself when they're not prepared to go back into the workforce.
Right.
Okay, so Sue, generally, how much does it cost for someone to lay this all out?
Oh, my favorite topic. This could be either as reasonable or not reasonable as you want. In my experience, the big cost is not actually drafting the prenup. The big cost is fighting over the terms. So if you and your spouse work out what the terms you both think are fair, you're really talking only a few $1,000s. But if you start fighting and going back and forth with different drafts, well, my children, thank you, because you're going to be paying for their college education.
Better to fight this on this end of it, though, than the other end, right? Better to fight pre. Sue, it's always good. It's always good to see you and be entertained and educated by you at the same time.
Sure.
Take care.
Nice seeing you.